across the UK. Like, I'm from the north, as you can probably
Put
tell.
north.
Let's not offend people on the first episode, Nettie. Let's not do that.
It's just like almost like where people get hooked onto like skydiving or like stuff like that. I get hooked on like, oh, an event.
We can get you doing stage diving.
That would be so funny.
Roller
Just jumping in, crowd
They're
surfing.
just like, we've lost her. She's disappeared. Never to be seen
Oh,
again.
the kids
You're
are
there
taller
with-
than her.
You're there with a microphone. I'm trying to find a microphone on his headphones so you can like, guys, I'm over here. I'm over here. See? Props.
Yeah.
Props.
Hey, we need props. I think one of my most embarrassing moments was your fault. I blame
Me?
you. Yeah.
What did I do?
Well,
Oh, I know which one it is.
what do you think it is?
For Mario Karts.
Oh no! I wasn't even
No.
thinking of that one. Well, I've got two then. Two. Okay, so the Mario Karts one was I have never ever played Mario Karts before, and I'm there sat next to my best friend on stage, thinking like, oh, I can trust Tom. He's gonna help me. Like, he's not gonna let me look stupid in
You
front
sat
on
next
the...
to Dan as well, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Me, you and Dan on us.
We're like on the main stage. Yeah, it wasn't it like the final thing of the weekend as well. It was like the close.
yeah.
Was it?
It wasn't closing,
No,
but
it
it was
wasn't.
like, yeah, it was pretty much like,
Yeah.
it was like one of the last main slots of the weekend.
It was like a very, very busy slot as well.
Oh yeah,
and-
full crowd, easy.
Tom's done a round, he's done his race, and then I'm there and the control gets passed on to me and I'm like, okay, Tom, what button is it to start? And he tells me, and then it's like this big countdown. It's like 3, 2, 1. I press the button. He told me reverse, so I just reversed backwards, so going completely the wrong direction. That was really embarrassing.
It was funny.
But my other embarrassing moment was for Christmas. Tomahawk got me a Christmas jumper, and he said to
yeah.
me that before he gave it to me, he said, "If I give it to you, you've got to promise me you'll wear it on stage." And so
Thoughtful,
I was like,
being thoughtful as I am, I'm a thoughtful
my
guy.
snug jumpers. But I was
You like snug jumpers?
But I was like, yeah, I'll wear it on stage, and he gave it to me, and it was a fun jumper. I like the jumper. If I could be bothered, I'll go and find it now, but I can't. But it's a really nice jumper, and but it was a Christmas one. And then when I went up on stage, Matthew Richards, the host, was like, "Oh, like Nettie, like your jumper, blah blah blah," and I was like, "Oh, Tomahawk just got it for me." And I think it was even you that said it. It was like, "Go on, give us a catwalk," and they made me walk up and down the stage and do a spin in my jumper.
Oh,
I was
I don't even remember doing that.
I was so embarrassed. I was just
I
sort
don't
of
even
like,
remember doing that. I apologise.
I was really-
I honestly,
Yeah.
I honestly didn't remember asking you to do that.
it might not have been you that said it.
Well, there you go, then. So it's not my fault. I didn't do anything. I was just a kind,
If it-
caring friend who gave him a jumper out of the goodness of his heart.
If it wasn't for the jumper, I would not have been made to do a catwalk.
So remember we were on a train on the way down there at 9 o'clock in the morning, packed train. It's Saturday morning. Nettie's like, "Hiya, this is David, and welcome back to..." And I'm just there, just like, who is this girl? Who is this girl?
It was freezing cold, and it was
We
really. Pardon.
were having ice lollies.
Yeah, that's what I was
as
gonna
well.
say. It was freezing cold, and we were sat on the train in the morning with all the business people with like ice lollies, like hello.
That's how we roll.
And then I started vlogging really loudly. I fell off a curb whilst vlogging, and
Yeah.
as I got up on the train, I grabbed the seat in front of me and pulled myself up, and I pulled the person's hair in front of me. It's so bad. Tom and Minnie and like those guys, they're genuinely my best friends, so it's sort of like it's nice for me to have that excuse to like go and see them.
because this is going on YouTube.
They forced me.
I'm there just like, you say it! I've got to run the bed!
Hold up a sign. Let me get. Oh, I can't find a pen.
Nettie, I won't let you out of that room!
I was gonna write a sign saying "Help me," but I don't have a pen.
Are you gonna do a nodding thing?
Yeah. Help me! I can't. Oh, there's a pen.
Hey, calm down! I'm not letting you out of my room.
Oh dear. We joke.
I can only imagine what you're doing now.
I need props for next week. I need props. If I could do an event in a plastic bubble, I wouldn't, but it'd be nice if it was an option.
Bounce you around.
Yeah! Push me to the main stage!
What's
Except
Oh, sorry.
I was
Proceed.
gonna say you'd just probably kick me around, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would. I would push you down the stairs.
Oh,
In the
no,
ball, so
sorry.
you wouldn't be hurt. It would just be like...
Wait, I push you down the stairs.
It sounded really awful then. That would be your cut that then. It'll be like, no,
I will cut.
no,
I will cut
no.
then.
It'll be like a quote. There's going to be like so many stuff of like
Betty
this.
plays 2016. I will push you downstairs, Tomahawk.
Like someone's going to get a screenshot of me holding up the help me, and then they're going to get a clip
All
of
right,
me
Marina
going...
Joyce. All right, come on.
Ah,
Oh wait, have we got any embarrassing questions? That just reminded me of a funny story we're done.
we have done the embarrassing one, but you can go back.
Can I
to
go
it.
back? Okay, so I-53 or I-54?
Is this embarrassing or scary?
embarrassing?
Okay.
Okay, so I-53, I-54. We're all just hanging out in an evening after a very busy first day. And this was kind of like the first event that we'd all met Dan and stuff. So
Yeah.
we were all kind of like, you know, how are we doing and stuff like
Yeah.
that. You know, trying to, you know, when we go to events and we don't know people, we try and make the effort to try and, like, you know, speak to them, get to know them, stuff like that. Because, you know, we're all in a community together. Anyway, besides whatever else is happening. So, it was me, Dan, James and Minnie, and we were just walking around, and we walked into where the main stage was. This was on the evening, by the way. So they had like fun entertainment stuff
Yeah.
on. They had Just Dance on, right,
Oh,
on the
I
main
remember
stage,
this
right?
now.
So we all walked in just to see what was happening, and one of the announcers like saw us like, "Hey lads, we'll get you on next. Don't worry, we'll get you on." And we were just like, "Yeah, Just Dance, you know, we'll have a go at doing that." So we get on stage, and I was like, "Oh, what song are we gonna pick?" And the announcer guy's like, "No, I got this."
Yeah.
So there's me, James, Dan, and Minnie on stage, and then I think it was Careless Whispers. Is it?
I can't remember
Or
what it's
is
called.
it-
I think
is
I'm
it-
going to
it's
have
like-
to sing it, Tom.
It's like when it goes. It's a proper romantic song for 80s. Anyway, so I ended up slow dancing with Dan, hand on the hip, eye contact. I was there like looking at him. I
Didn't
was
you dip
lead-
him over your leg?
I led because I was a bit, you know, a bit
Taller.
taller than Dan, and so I dipped him. And there was so many pictures taken, and I ended up
He
being
put a
Dan's
video
vlog.
up,
Yeah,
yeah.
he put in Dan's vlog, and it was like, it was just like my first time meeting him, and it was so embarrassing
So
because
funny.
like afterwards I was like, "See you later, dance partner," and stuff like that.
Squishy and Stampy did a video a while back, and Squishy found this really weird that this is a thing that our family always used to do on holiday, but we all,
weird.
yeah, but we all just thought it was like a thing that everyone does when they go on holiday. Like, we always go to like churches,
What?
not to go to church, but just to visit it.
Yeah, you guys are weird.
Because but normally in like different places and like different places in Europe and stuff, they have like really beautiful churches, like really like spectacular ones, like, really nice.
Yeah, I can see where she's coming from. It's
So-
not like let's go to Italy, let's go. Oh, forget the beach, forget anything. Let's go to a church.
But
like,
they're
it's
really
not like high on the
beautiful.
priority. I understand that and I can appreciate that, but it's not like as soon as I get off the plane, it's like, I can't wait for the church. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
No,
Stewardess,
but like
get my
that's not like
peanuts.
that. This is like what we would do with my parents. So that this wouldn't be necessarily be my top. I'm not saying what would be my ideal holiday. I'm saying
We're
what my
saying this
typical
now.
holiday.
We're saying this now. If we ever was to go on a holiday, I bet you're like, "Oh, we're going to church." And
No, like that's not. It's not on my list of things. I'm talking about my typical holiday, like what we always
Yeah.
do on holiday.
Okay.
Can we tell the funny story of what we
Which
did to
one?
James in Wagamama's?
Okay. All right. Okay. So you guys probably know the James MC. He's one of my friends, and back in the day when we first started hanging around with James, we kind of used to like stitch him up with it a little bit. So we went to Wagamama's one time. There was a big group of us, and the thing is about James, I absolutely love James. He's so funny. But we had a little thing of like, if me and Nitty sat across from him at dinner, we'd try and like. It was just hilarious eating. It was
He's
it
just funny
do
to
some-
watch eat,
It's just
like-
funny. It's just funny to watch eat. It sounds really weird and creepy. It's honestly not.
No, but he would have
So-
like a massive burger, and he would like squash it down for like ages, and he'll be there for like a good minute, like prepping to eat it, and then he'll like go up to it. It's like to go to have a massive bite, like, and then he'll just take the tiniest little nibble off the edge, and it's like, what was the big build up for?
We're not complete creeps. So don't go around watching. Oh look.
That is really funny.
I'm just gonna eat. Go on. So
But
tell
like,
the
yeah,
story.
so one time what always happens is Tom and I always complain about this, because whenever we go out in a big group, like I want to be like see Tom and catch up with him, and then we'll end up being really separated and really far away. And you were actually ended up on a different table, didn't you?
Yeah.
And so like we're sending each other like silly messages and stuff, and like James was there and I wasn't that hungry. We were in Wagamama's and I had like these little like pork like dumpling things, and they came out, they looked like a bit weird like in shape. They're like really nice, but they do look a bit strange. And James was like, oh, like what's that?
What you got?
And I was like, oh, it's slugs. And he was like, what? Like, oh, that's disgusting. I was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, try one. And he was like, oh no, I don't want to. I was like, go on, like try one. And so he picked it up and he like dipped it in the sauce, and he was like, oh, what's the sauce? And I waited him to take a bite, and then I was like, oh, so they juiced the slugs first and then put a bit of soy sauce in and stuff. And he was like, oh, but he actually was like, oh, I actually quite like it. But I messaged Tom and everyone, I was like, if James says anything, like pretend that they
Just
serve
play along,
pretend they serve slugs and Wagamama's. And so everyone did, and we kept it going. And then it wasn't until like quite a while after I made a comment to James, like I was like, it wasn't really, it was like pork. And he was like, oh, he was like, I'm so annoyed, like, I told my mum and she told my nan. Like, he was all chuffed. He tried, because he was like, oh, I quite like it. So fair play to him. Like, if that was me, I would be grossed out by thinking it's slug. And even if I did like it, I would think I didn't like it by the fact it's slug.
Then the next time he goes to Wagamama's like, have some slugs. We don't do anything. Well, he did last time. I mean, I want to see a different menu. It's not fair.
We had gone for lunch, it was like a beach bar-y thing. We'd gone for lunch, and on the menu it said like toasty sandwiches, and that's all it said. It didn't say any fillings or anything like that. And so I said like, oh, please can I have a chicken and tomato toasty? And the person like looked at me like really confused, like sort of like, what? And I was like, oh, like chicken and tomato toasty. And I sort of repeated it a couple of times. She just stared at me really confused. So I started acting out a chicken, like being like, you know, like, and like doing like my arms and stuff and acting like a chicken. And then she like paused for a second and she went, I know what a chicken is. Like really blunt. And I was just like, oh my God. And like my sister, she used to like, she would pretend to be a teacher, and then all of a sudden like Stampy and I would be like at school again, and she would like give us homework and we would have to go off and do homework and we would like play schools.
For more episodes, we do a big and little thoughts. For more, I'm getting into the mindset if your childhood wasn't normal, it's classed as conventional. I can kind of understand why you and your sister and your brother, how they are. Is there anyone else? Let me know in the comment section if it's not just me thinking, but Garrett's have some interesting games.
We used to do that, and we used to like put on plays and stuff.
Right, that's alright, but pretending you're an antelope while and your sister pretending to be a teacher giving you homework's a little weird. Oh, I can't wait to get home and play teacher and student and stuff with my sister. Like, I can't wait for extra homework. Yeah.
And one time, because we used to have bunk beds in my room, and she got bored of playing with me, and she made her Barbie jump off the bunk bed, and she died, and I full blown cried for ages.
What do you guys do? Like...
She didn't want to play with me anymore, and I didn't want the game to end, so in the end she just killed off her character. I was really upset. But yeah.
This is one of these moments when each one. This is weird. This is weird. Next question here. Next question.
If we had like a nightmare or something like that at night, my mum would like, she would say to us like to design our like dream bedroom, like to distract us from the nightmare and to help us go back to sleep. And I always used to design mine.
Hang on. So when you had a nightmare,
yeah.
Mum didn't come in and say like, oh, everything will be alright. She's like, right, So what you're gonna do is get pen and paper out and design your dream bedroom.
No, you just do it in your head, and like it would distract you because you would get really carried away. So one of them I designed was there would be like a little ledge in the doorway, and all the floor would be like sand, and I'd have a hammock for my bed and stuff. But that's not the one I want to tell you about. The one I want to tell you about, my main one that I always really wanted, was in my room. Like my window's a big sash window that like comes up, and I always used to dream like having a dolphin tank like outside my window, so I could like open the window and be like, hello, and it would come over and I'll be like, hello. That's what I wanted.
You know, Nettie, I was telling my mum about Big and Little Thoughts, and I said how quirky your family is, so I think she's going to start watching now, just a pure thing, just to find out stories about you. I think we're getting a whole new audience demographic here of people like, I really want to see how weird Nettie's family is. Like,
No.
no offence, Mr. and Mrs. Garrett, please have me back in the house. Not a big fan of, I'll bring more Yorkshire tea.
You've got like the changes of like having like
I
long
didn't even
hair.
get to
to, like-
shave.
He didn't even. Oh my gosh! So if your hair came back, would you know how to shave, or do you think
I
you'd
don't know
cut
how to shave.
yourself?
I've never shaved. Never shaved in my life. I don't know how to do it. If I ever have a child, and if I have a child and they
I
want
hope you're not
going to
shave your child.
I've always wanted to do this.
Practice.
Daddy, shave me. She lives, you know, somewhere past London, dodgy, down south somewhere.
Down on the south coast,
Down south coast, all
by
that.
the sea, by France.
By
That's what Minnie always says.
Minnie always thinks that Nettie lives by France because she lives down south. That's Minnie's geography for you right there.
But like even like Tom and I, like obviously we know that we're nice people, but like you guys don't really know that. All you know
Have to
is what
say,
we,
no.
all you know is what we portray of us.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
So-
it's like really, Tom's really mean, and he really smells.
Nettie's actually 6'4".
Can you imagine like going to an event and being really tall? Like,
Have all the
"Hi,
pictures together,
guys."
she's kneeling down.
Yeah. It's so funny.